Hey everybody, just trying this live thing. Hopefully it works. Sometimes I haven't had good luck with the live broadcast, but I thought I would try it, particularly since it takes so long to upload videos on YouTube these days, at least for me. So we're at May Madness again, and the previous game, the Oakland A's upset the Seattle Mariners, #1 seed. Now we're moving across the bracket, and we're going to have the 1961 Yankees taking on the 2016 Chicago Cubs in a match here to see who gets to the Elite Eight from that side. So let's look at your starting lineups. First for the Cubbies. Leading off for the Cubbies will be Dexter Fowler in center. Ben Zobrist will patrol left field, and he will bat second. Hitting third is first baseman Anthony Rizzo. Batting cleanup at third base is Chris Bryant. Hitting fifth at second base, Javier Baez. Batting sixth and catching, Wilson Contreras. Hitting seventh, the DH, Tommy La Stella. Batting eighth is Addison Russell at short. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Jason Hayward. And on the mound for the Cubs will be Kyle Hendricks. And in 2016, he was 16-8 with a 2.13 ERA. So he has to face that tough Yankee lineup. Speaking of the Yankees, let's go to the Yankee lineup. Leading off will be Bobby Richardson at second, Tony Kubek at short, Roger Maris in right, Mickey Mantle in center, Yogi Berra behind the plate. Yogi Berra's in left. Bill Skowron's at first, Elston Howard's behind the plate. Johnny Blanchard's your DH, and Clete Boyer is at third. And on the mound for the Yankees, it'll be right-hander Ralph Terry. 16-3 with a 3.15 ERA. Cannot use Whitey Ford because he pitched in game one, so you got to use that rotation. So this tournament, you can't just ride one hot guy. So let's get the score sheet in here and get ready to get this game underway. And it'll be the number, the number 15 seed Cubs against the number 2 seed 61 Yankees, who are now the top seed since Seattle got eliminated. The Yankees are now the top seed, the 61 Yankees. They are now the new top seed in the tournament. So let's make sure you can see everything. I think you can do that now. All right, so going in his warm-up tosses will be right-hander Ralph Terry. And starting things off for the Cubbies will be Dexter Fowler, center fielder. And this game in the Sweet 16 is underway. Get a 1-7 for Dexter Fowler. That's a strikeout. So Dexter Fowler down on strikes. One away, and that's going to bring up left fielder Ben Zobrist. And he is a switch hitter. 6'10 for against Ralph Terry. 6'10. It's a fly ball, right field C. Doesn't matter about the C because there's nobody on base. It's just a simple fly to right. 2 down, and hello Phantomatic, and hello Mr. Utah Mike. I'm just trying this live thing, hoping it works. I'm hoping it will not cut out on me in the middle. It's happened before, but it takes so long to upload these things. Thought I would try something different, and hopefully it works. We'll see. 2-5 for Rizzo, and that's a 1-10 home run. 11-20 will be a double, but either way, Rizzo's going to get on in some form or fashion. In fact, he gets on all the way around the bases. That's a 9, so that's a home run. Anthony Rizzo goes deep for the Cubs. A solo shot. Solo shot makes it 1-0 Cubbies. And that brings up Chris Bryant. 4-11. Just missed another home run chance, but that's a fly ball to left. And the inning is over. But the Cubbies strike first. Home run by Anthony Rizzo. They're going to need it because the Yankees have a powerful lineup. And right-hander Kyle Hendricks will try his best to see what he can do to slow them down a bit, but kind of hard to get through that lineup multiple times without getting damage done. Here's Bobby Richardson, lead off. 6-7 against Hendricks. That's a leadoff walk, and that's the one thing you don't want to do is start walking Kubek and Richardson in front of the big boys, but he just did that. Richardson's a C stealer. He will be held, but he dare not run in front of the big boys. So here's Kubek. 1-6 for Kubek, and that's damage done right there as well. 1-11 is a double. 12-20 is a single. 2 stars either way. So no run will score, but it's a 3. It's a double. So that's going to put runners at second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the first as the Cubbies look to get back on top. And Roger Maris at the plate. You You would think about walking Roger Maris intentionally, but you got Mickey Mantle up next, so kind of hard to do that. They will play back. They don't want to give up the beginning. They'll give up the run to get the out. 2-10. 2-10, that is a ground ball pitcher B. So when I'm in doubt, I go to this sheet right here. Infield back, runners at second, third. Ground ball B is a 5. And a 5 says if hit to second or short, batter out, runner advance. Otherwise, batter out, runners hold. So in this case, the runners had to hold because it was hit right back to the pitcher, which is kind of like being in. So one away, so they couldn't get it done. Maris could not get it done. Now, they could walk Mantle, and in fact, they will. They're going to intentionally walk Mantle, load the bases, and face Yogi Berra, set up a double play opportunity. That is what Joe Maddon is thinking. See if it pays off or not. That's a 6-5 against the lefty Yogi. 6-5, oh, it may not have worked at all. 1-3 is a homer, 4-20 is a double. Of course, that's the same thing that Mantle would have gotten. It's a 17, it's a double for Yogi Berra. The question is, will it clear the bases? 2 runs are going to score automatically. And now, will Mickey Mantle, who is not being held as a trail runner, he runs at a 17. So there's only 1 out, so you don't get that boost. But 17 not being held makes him an 18. The double goes to center, or at least assumed to go to center. So we have Fowler, who's a 0 arm. So basically a 1-18, he makes it. And he does, so it's going to clear the bases. 3-run base clearing double by Yogi Berra. He says, that's what you get for walking me, Mr. Genius Joe Maddon. So now it's 3-1 Yankees here in the bottom of the first. Here's Bill Skowron. 6-11, that's a fly ball center field B. And that's 2 away. And that sends us to Elston Howard, the catcher. 2-11, he's going to foul it out to Contreras behind the plate to end the inning. But Yogi in the clutch, a 3-run double. Base clearing double. Yankees lead it 3-1 after 1. And maybe we're looking at a slugfest. I don't know. Ralph Terry back out. Will be facing Javier Baez. Cubs a little shell-shocked right now. 4-7. 4-7 off of Terry is a fly to center. And there's 1 away. That will send us to Wilson Contreras, the catcher, followed by the DH La Stella. That's a 3-7 for Contreras. That's a walk. So Contreras will draw that 1-out walk. Not what Ralph Terry wants. You don't want to put guys on base. He's a D-stealer. He will not be held. Here's Tommy La Stella. 2-9. 2-9. That's a single to left. And with the ball going to left, runner on first is only going to get to second. So runners at first and second with 1 away and neither runner being held. Here is Addison Russell, shortstop. 6-11. That 6-11 is a single to left field. So let's see, the outfielder arm, Yogi Berra in left field. What kind of arm does he have as an outfielder? He's got a +2 arm, so not very good, but there's only 1 out, so do you take the chance of running yourself out of an inning? Contreras runs at a 13, not being held as a 14, plus the arm from Berra is a 2. That's a 16. They're going to take a chance. 1-16, he'll make it. It's 11, so he does score. So Contreras will score. La Stella will stop at second. So they took the chance. They ran on Yogi's arm, and it paid off. So now runners are at first and second with 1 out. Score now 3-2. And the number 9 hitter, Jason Hayward. 4-6 against Ralph Terry. Fly ball center field B. That's a sacrifice fly. Sacrifice fly by Jason Hayward. And we got a tie ball game just that quickly. The Cubs have come. I'm sorry, it's not a sacrifice fly. My bad. The runner's on second, not third. It's simply a fly to center. Let me fix that. Got carried away thinking the guy was on third. I forgot I sent the runner the last time out. So no sacrifice fly. 86 that. Jason Hayward just simply flies to center for out number 2. And now it's top of the order and Dexter Fowler. So the score is still 3-2 Yankees. 5-11 for Terry against the switch hitter. 5-11 is a fly ball left field X. We're back to Yogi again. And Yogi defensively is a 3-E-4. 3-E-4. 3 and a 14, he'll get to that. We'll check the E4, and that is a 12. E4, there is no 12. There's a 15, but there's no 12. And being a 14, a 3 and a 14, that is going to be an easy F2. Third out of the inning, so nothing going on there. It's just simply a fly to left. And the inning is over. But the Cubs do pick up a run on the single by Russell. And at the end of 1.5, it's 3-2 Yankees. And now Kyle Hendricks will have to come out and see if he can do a little bit better than he did the last time. He has to face Johnny Blanchard, the DH, in this game. Number 8 hitter. 6-3 against the lefty. That's a base hit. So another single. We're not doing ballpark effects, so the ballpark had nothing to do with that. That's just simply a single. In fact, we're playing an imaginary, kind of neutral stadium, I guess, because there's no real true home teams other than last at bat. So here's Clete Boyer. He would bunt, but he's not really a good bunter, so we're going to have him swing away. 6-8, and he struck out. So Kyle Hendricks puts the fan on Clete Boyer. Back to the top of the order for Bobby Richardson. Get a 5-7, and that's a 1-6 double. 7-20, he will fly to center. So let's see if Fowler can get it. It's a 19, so he definitely will get to that. So fly to center, out number 2. That brings up Tony Kubek. 111 for Kubek, and that's a single to center field. That'll move Blanchard up to second base. He's not a good runner, so he will hold there. And hello to everybody in the chat. Appa Brian, Rob, Phantomatic, anybody I might have missed. I'm sorry, I'm not good at keeping up with chats, unfortunately. 4-6. 4-6 is a ground ball to first. That's going to be handled by Rizzo. And the inning is over. So a wild first 2 innings. At the end of 2, it's the Yankees 3, Cubs 2. And so you don't get those ace pitchers going anymore. Start to see some runs. All right, so here is Ralph Terry facing Ben Zobrist. Zobrist a switch hitter, 4-8 against Terry, and that's a solid single. Solid single for Zobrist, leadoff single. He's a C-stealer. He will not run, but he will be held. Hey, Amish Gaming, how are you? Anthony Rizzo, 6-10. Fly ball to right. That's one away. And we'll bring up Chris Bryant. Chris Bryant, third baseman. 3-8 for Bryant. Struck him out. So Ralph Terry tightening the screws a little bit. See if he can get out of this and keep his team in the lead. Here is Javier Baez, 112 for Baez. It's a low max, line out max, but there's already 2 outs. Would have been a double play, but the inning is over. And Ralph Terry finally gets some stability for the Yankees. And they maintain that 3-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Short leash for Kyle Hendricks. This is a single elimination, so the genius will be going to his bullpen early and often if he has to. Here's Mickey Mantle. 5. He walked intentionally his last time. 5-9 for Hendricks. Struck him out. How about that? Kyle Hendricks gets the strikeout of Mickey. 1 away, and here's Yogi, who had that big 3-run double this first time up. 1-9. He's going to ground it to short. That'll be handled by Addison Russell. 2 down. For Bill Skowron, first baseman. 6-7. That's a walk, a 2-out walk. So Hendricks can't get an easy inning to save his life. He's still going to walk somebody. Now, Skowron's the E-stealer. He will not be held. But it brings up the dangerous Elston Howard. 110, and it's very dangerous right here. 1-17 is a home run. Not doing ballpark effects, so it's strictly a 1-17, and it's a 2-run bomb. And it is. So that 2-out walk comes back to bite Kyle Hendricks. And that may be all for him. He's going to try to get through this inning, but that's probably going to be it for him. 3 innings. It's going to be all there is. So he's going to take his 2.13 ERA and wonder what happened to him. Well, what happened to him is the 61 Yankees. Here's Blanchard, 1-8. 1-8 is a fly to right. That's going to end the inning. But it's a 5-2 game after 3 complete, and the genius, Joe Madden's scratching his head, wondering what to do. But one thing he's going to do is take Hendricks out of the game, and he's got to figure out who's going to come in the bullpen. But right now, his team has to try to get some runs. They're down 5-2. Here's Wilson Contreras. That's a 5-9, and that's a strikeout. I'm sorry, I looked at Contreras, I'm sorry. 5-9 is a ground ball to shortstop X. That is Tony Kubek. And Kubek checks in defensively. 2 E34. So you want to stay away from his error if you can. 2 and a 2 though. 2 and a 2 is probably going to be a base hit, and it is. It's a single 1 star, and it hits an 8. So let's see what the error is on the 8. It's E34. Is there an 8 on the 34? There is not an 8, but it is going to be a base hit. So Wilson Contreras, leadoff single, as the Cubs try to fight back. Here's Tommy La Stella, the DH. 3-4 for La Stella, and that's a foul out. Oops, sorry. That's a foul out to Elston Howard. 1 away, and that's going to bring up Addison Russell. 1-8 for Russell, and that's a walk. So all of a sudden, Ralph Terry losing a little bit of control. 2 on, 2 out for 9-hitter Jason Hayward. 3-8 for Hayward, and it's a 1-18 single, but it's only going to be a 1 star, so he wouldn't score the run even with 2 outs. And it's a bases loaded now, so how about that? We can write that fly to center from last time in there as well. So now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for leadoff hitter Dexter Fowler. Down 5-2, they could use a hit from Fowler big time. 1-5, they won't get it, he strikes out. So Dexter Fowler fails in the clutch, and Ralph Terry keeps the Cubs right where they are, trailing 5-2, and we got a new pitcher coming in for the Cubbies because Hendricks just didn't have it. So they're going to go to the bullpen, and let's see who they've got available. They do have several pitchers available. They will go to, who's any good? That's the question. They will go to, who's coming up? Let's see. We got Boyer, and then the top of the order, a bunch of lefties. So they're going to go to a lefty out of the bullpen. Lefty is going to be sometime starter Mike Montgomery. Mike Montgomery is in. And Montgomery on the 16 season was 4-5 with a 2.52 ERA, 7 saves. But as you can see, he also has a long relief rating. And they need long relief. So Montgomery is on after Hendricks only goes 3 innings, facing 17 batters. So he's got his work cut out for him, that's for sure. Try to hold the fort at 5-2. And Clete Boyer leads things off against Montgomery. 5-11's ground ball first base X. That's Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo is a 1 E7. Don't need to roll the D20 with a 1 with nobody on base. E7 and a 13. E7, there is no 13. It's a good play for Mr. Rizzo. He will make the play. 1 away for Bobby Richardson. 5-3 off of Montgomery. Ground ball pitcher X. Montgomery is a 2 E30. Ooh, a little bit of high error total there. We try to avoid a bad number for him. 2 and a 12, he'll get to that, but the E30 is the question. 2 and a 12 is a G2. E30 and a 14. Ooh. E30 and a 4. Look at this. This is incredible. E30, the errors are 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 15. We got a 14. So somehow or another, he managed to avoid an error. I don't know how, but he did. And that's 2 away. So talk about dancing through fire there. Here's Tony Kubek. 2 outs, base is empty. 5-7, lefty on lefty. It's a 1-2 double. Anything else, it'll be a fly ball to Dexter Fowler. And it's a 3, so Fowler just did get to it. And that's going to end the inning. Finally, a 0 on the board again for the Yankees. So Montgomery tries to stop the bleeding a little bit, as the Yankees now lead at 5-2 after 4. We go to the 5th, and here's Ralph Terry. He's got a 7 on his fatigue, so he's good to go for a while, as long as he's effective, that is. Ben Zobrist, 1-9 for Zobrist. Solid single to left field for Ben Zobrist. So again, the Cubbies trying to fight back. He's a C-stealer. He will be held, so he won't go anywhere. Here's Rizzo. 3-8 for Rizzo, and he's going to be hit by the pitch, so he gets plunked. Rizzo plunked, and we are doing injuries in the second round now, but this one was not a plus injury. Had he been hit on a 3-2, we would have done plus injury, but 3-8 is not a plus injury. It's just a regular hit by pitch. So 2 on, nobody out, and Chris Bryant the batter. So this is where the Cubbies need to make some hay right here, heart of the order. 6-5 against Terry, and that's a fly ball right field B. That's one away. So one down. That brings up Javier Baez. 2-12 for Baez. He's going to foul out to Clete Boyer at third. So all of a sudden, after getting 2-1 with nobody out, now all of a sudden it's 2-1, 2 outs, and it's up to Wilson Contreras to get it done. 4-4. Fly ball center field access. Mickey Mantle. He's a 1. I'm sure he's a 1. It's got to be a 1. He is a 1 E7. So we know he's going to get to it with 2 outs. We don't have to worry about any runner advancement. We're just checking to see if it's an error or not. And he's an E7, and that is that's a 15. That could be trouble. E7 and a 15 for a center fielder, and it is. Center fielder E7 and a 15 is a 2-base error on the Mick. So Mickey Mantle, a 2-base error, and that will score the run, unearned as it is. So that is an E8, and that will send Rizzo to third base. But 1 run is in. It's now 5-3, and Mickey's kicking himself for messing that one up. And Ralph Houck's not too happy about it either. Here's Tommy La Stella, the DH. 3-8. Cubs might not be done, but yep, they are. Pops to first. So he pops it up to the first baseman, Scourin, to end the inning. But a run comes in. It was unearned. Cubs will take anything they can get. 5-3. Their name is Jimmy. They'll take what you give me. It's 5-3. We go to the bottom of the 5th. And it'll be Roger Maris to lead things off, followed by Mantle and Berra. So, Mickey going to be looking to make up for that blunder in the field with a bat. Maris, lefty on lefty, though, so Maris not as good against the lefties. 5-7, 1-2 is a double. Anything else, it'll be a fly ball to Hayward. And it is. Hayward makes the play. 1 away. Here's Mickey Mantle trying to make up for that error. 5-6, Montgomery against a right-hander. 5-6 struck him out, so could not make up for the error. 2 down. That brings up Yogi. 2-6 against a lefty. That's a single. 2 stars. But nobody on base, so it's just a single for Yogi. He's an E-stealer. He will obviously not go anywhere. And that brings up Bill Scourin, first baseman. 1-9 for Scourin. That's a fly to left, and that's going to... I'm sorry, look at the versus righty. Versus lefties, it's a 1-3 double and a 4-20 single. I got to keep track of that. Montgomery's a lefty. So 1-3 is a double. 4-20 is a single. Both 2 stars. That is a... can't see it very well. It's a 17. It's a single, 2 stars. So all of a sudden, a 2-out rally. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Scourin will not be held as an E-stealer. And here's the dangerous Elston Howard. He homered his last trip. 2-8. Will strike out this time against the lefty, and that's going to end the inning. So 5 innings in the books. It is Yankees 5, Cubs 3. So definitely got a dogfight for the last 4 innings. Ralph Terry back out, facing the bottom of the order. Addison Russell, Jason Hayward, and Dexter Fowler. That's a 4-5 against Terry. Ground ball to short. Tony Kubek will make the play. 1 down for Jason Hayward. 4-3 against the lefty. That is a fly to center. That's going to be handled by Mickey Mantle. So 2 up, 2 down. Cubs running out of innings. Here's Dexter Fowler. 1-7 struck him out. So 1-2-3 inning for Ralph Terry. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 5-3. Favor of the Bronx Bombers. Montgomery might be his last inning coming up. We'll have to wait and see. They got a lot of lefties coming up here. You got Blanchard a lefty, then you got Maris and Mantle looking ahead as well. So here's Blanchard. 4-6 against the lefty, struck him out. So Blanchard out on strikes. And I'm sorry, I'm not keeping up with the chat very well because I've got into this game. So if you come into the chat and I haven't said anything yet, I apologize. I will get to you. 3-11 for Boyer against the lefty is a foul out to Addison Russell. That's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and that brings up Bobby Richardson. Top of the order, 5-7. 1 is a triple. Anything else will be a single. So Bobby Richardson looking for a 2-out single rather, and he gets it. He is a C-stealer. He will not be held. I mean, he will be held rather, but he's not going to go anywhere. Kubek coming up. 5-5 against a lefty. Struck him out. That's the end of the inning. So Montgomery doing very well for himself. He has tossed 3 shutout innings in relief, has Mike Montgomery. So he may go another inning as well. Why take him out? He's pitching so well. All right, so now we start at the top of the 7th, and this is Ralph Terry's point of weakness inning. Hello, Earl Tenacious, ID Jester. Anybody else I might have missed come in? I see some comments popping in once in a while, so trying to keep up with them, but don't always do so. Keith White, welcome. Al, Red Sox, thank you. Everybody that's here, hopefully this thing is still working and not going to cut off on me like it has in the past. So we'll see. Here's Ben Zobrist, switch hitter batting left-handed, 6-5 against Terry. Will be a leadoff walk, so that's the first notch against the point of weakness for Ralph Terry. Now the Yankee bullpen might have to think about loosening a bit. Here's Anthony Rizzo. 5-6 against the lefty. Struck him out. So Rizzo. Big strikeout to get Rizzo. There's one away for Chris Bryant. We get a 6-8 on Bryant. That's a single to center field. You're not going to run on Mickey, though, especially down by 2. So runners are at first and second with 1 out. And one more hit against Terry, and he'll be at his point of weakness. Here's Javi Baez, 2-7, struck him out. So Terry, every time you think he's done, he comes up with a strikeout. But now he's got to face the dangerous Wilson Contreras. Doubled his last, actually he reached on a 2-base error by Mantle last time. 1-9, struck him out. So Ralph Terry coming through in the clutch here in the 7th. And he gets another big strikeout. So we go to the bottom of the 7th, still 5-3. And Montgomery's going to stay in there. I don't see any reason taking him out. He's shutting down the Yankees so far. So why take him out? Here's Roger Maris. Start off the bottom of the 7th. 4-6 against a lefty. That's another strikeout. So Montgomery. Maybe I should have started Montgomery instead of Hendricks. I don't know. Here's Mickey Mantle. 6-9, switch hitter batting right-handed. 6-9 is going to be a walk. So Mickey Mantle, that's not the worst thing in the world to walk Mickey Mantle. He could be doing a lot worse. Here's Yogi, lefty on lefty. 6-8, and that's another walk. So Montgomery may be tiring, and I think we're going to go to the bullpen. With right-handers coming up, Joe Madden, using his genius, is going to go to the bullpen, and he's going to bring on a right-hander out of the bullpen. And the right-hander's name is going to be Pedro Strop. So Pedro Strop will be coming on, the right-hander, to be facing Bill Skowron, the right-hander. So Strop is on. Montgomery ends up going 3 1/3. And he faced 15 batters. All right, so Skowron now. 2 on, 1 out. Skowron the batter, Pedro Strop. They're looking for the double play. 3-8. 3-8's a strikeout. They'll take that. Strop strikes out Skowron for out number 2, but he's still not out of the woods yet because he's got Elston Howard. 6-11. That's a single to left field. Single to left field, and I know they're going to try to score the runner. Mantle's going to try to score. He was being held as a B stealer, so it makes him from a 17 to a 16. But then there's 2 outs, so that makes him an 18. And then a left fielder's arm, Zobrist, is a 0. So 1 to 18, I think that's pretty safe. He's going to score. Barely, that is an 18. So for the 2-out advantage, that's what got him across the plate in front of the tag, was the 2-out advantage. Berra has to stop at second. But the Yankees get a key insurance run and now lead it by the score of 6-3. Here's Johnny Blanchard. Runners at the corners. Howard, of course, will not be held. 112 for Blanchard, and this is another Lomax. Line out to second, but there's already 2 outs. So another Lomax that only turns into 1 out. But a big run there. Elston Howard comes through again. 2-run homer in the 3rd, and then a key RBI single here. At the end of 7, it is the Yankees 6 and the Cubs 3. Terry going to come back out. Actually, no, he won't. Ralph Houk's going to make the move. They don't want to take any chances. They're going to go ahead and take him out. And they're going to bring in the right-hander. If I can find his card. right-hander Hal Reniff. So Hal Reniff, the right-hander, and Reniff on the 61 season, 2-0 with a 2.58 ERA and 2 saves. So Hal Reniff will be coming on. 7 innings pitched for Terry, facing 33 batters. So here we go, top of the 8th, 6-3 Yankees. Listella the DH, 1-7, fly to center, handled by Mantle. So the 61 Yankees, who are now the top seed since Seattle's been eliminated, looking to move on to the Elite 8. 110 off of Russell. Well, Russell says not so fast. 1-10 is a double. 11-20 is a single. That is a double for Addison Russell. 1-out double. And that brings up Jason Hayward. Jason Hayward. 3-4 for Hayward. He's going to pop it to second. He missed a double and a single. He got to pop up to second. And that's handled by Richardson. 2 down. So Cubs running out of opportunities. Top of the order, Dexter Fowler. Switch hitter, 6-3. And that's a single to center field. So you know they're going to try to score despite the arm of Mantle. They got to try to score with 2 outs. Russell, let's check his running prowess. He's a D-Stealer, so he's not being held. He runs at a 13. Makes him a 14 for not being held. Plus 2 makes him a 16. And then Mantle's arm, we'll subtract that as a -3. So that makes it a 1-13. So you got to take the chance. 1-13, you kind of have to take the chance. And he's out. Mantle threw him out. So how about that? Mantle gunned him down 8-2 as Howard put on the tag. And so they took a chance and it didn't pay off. D20 was not cooperative. But Mantle makes up for the two base error blunder he had earlier and throws out the possible 4th run of the game for the Cubbies. And now we go to the bottom of the 8th, and they will turn it over to a new pitcher. Will the Cubbies? They will bring on, they might as well, there's no point in saving him anymore. They will bring on Aroldis Chapman to try to keep the score right where it is. So Aroldis Chapman is on. Aroldis Chapman is on to face Boyer, Richardson, and Kubek. 2-7 for Boyer against the lefty, and that's a walk. So leadoff walk to Boyer. He's an E-Stealer. He will not be held. Richardson's an A bunter. They're going to have him bunt. So Richardson's going to bunt. And that's a 7. He's a B bunter because they're expecting it. And on the advanced chart, B and a 7 for a bunt says batters thrown out by first baseman. So we'll call it a 3-4 as Rizzo threw to Baez covering. So he goes to second base, and that's a sacrifice hit, 3-4. So Richardson does his job. Runners in scoring position for Kubek. Tough matchup for Kubek against the lefty Chapman. 6-12, that's a strikeout. So Chapman struck him out, and now it's a monumental matchup here. Roger Maris against Aroldis Chapman. Hello, Brandon. How are you? 1-7 for Maris. Struck him out against the lefty. So Aroldis Chapman gets Maris to end the inning. May not matter, though. I mean, it's 6-3. So unless the Cubs have a monumental rally in the 9th, looks like the Yankees will advance. And since Ralph Houck doesn't want to take any chances at all, he is going to go to the bullpen, if I can find him, for little Louis Arroyo, their closer. Little Louis Arroyo, the lefty, 15-5 with a 2.19 ERA and 29 saves. So Louis Arroyo will be in. Reniff pitched 1 inning, faced 4 batters, didn't give up much of anything. 1 hit, and actually 2 hits, but no runs, thanks to the throw by Mickey Mantle. And it's the heart of the order for the Cubs here in the 9th against Arroyo, Zobrist, Rizzo, and Bryant. Against the lefty Arroyo, 4-4. Zobrist turnaround batting right-handed. 4-4 is a catcher X. That is going to be Mr. Elson Howard. He's a 1E2, so shouldn't be much of a problem. So we'll roll it out and see. For the catcher, we got a 1 and a 6. 1 and a 6 for a catcher. 1 and a 6 is a P/F, but nobody's on base, so there's no possible pass ball. And that's a 12. And an E1 on a 12, no 12 there at all, so it's good play. In fact, if it's not a P/F, let's see here, with no runners on base, it's a foul out to the catcher. So it's a foul out. Zobrist fouls it out to Elston Howard, 1 away, and the Cubs 2 outs away from elimination. Here is Anthony Rizzo, 2-6 against the lefty. That's a base hit. 1-19 is a double. 20 would be a single. That's a double for Anthony Rizzo. So Rizzo trying to keep things alive for Chris Bryant. Trying to keep the train moving. Here's Chris Bryant. 1-8 against a lefty. 1-8, and that's a 1-17 home run for Chris Bryant. 1-17 would be a 2-run homer. And it is a 19. How about that? He just missed it to fly to left. Wow, Arroyo just escaped that. That's probably going to be the ball game. That would have been very interesting had that gone out. But now we're down to Javier Baez to finish it off. 3-9. Javi says, don't count me out yet. 3-9's a 1-5 triple, 6-20 single. 2 stars either way on the single. It is a 12, which is a single, but it does keep the ball game going. It's now a 6-4 game as the Cubs now will bring the tying run to the plate in Wilson Contreras. Hey, Philip, how you doing? 6-4 Yankees, top of the 9th, 2 down. Little Luis Arroyo trying to get the save, but Wilson Contreras stands in his way. 5-10, ground ball to short. Kubek's got it, and that's the ball game. So it was a little shaky for Arroyo. Gave a run in the 9th, but they're going to do it. 6-4, your final. Yankees win. Well, he wasn't around back then, but anyway, Mel Allen would have said, how about that? So the Yankees will win, and with that victory, move over to our bracket. Right in New York. They are, of course, the number 2 seed overall and are now the highest seed remaining. They will take on the winner of the We Are Family Pirates against the 1993 Braves in the next round, in the Elite 8. So, thank you all for watching. The ones that came in live, for everybody's catching it later, thank you for tuning in. Again, May Madness, we're in the middle of May, so let the madness begin. I'm thinking the next game is going to be the Cincinnati Reds against the Brooklyn Dodgers. That seems to be an interesting matchup. 75 Reds against the 55 Brooklyn Dodgers. That could really be a whale of a game. So I think that's going to be the next one on the schedule. So everybody out there, appreciate you guys tuning in. Also for friends of the community, some of these games I've been doing for, to pay tribute to some of the content creators. I will be doing a game tomorrow. It'll actually be a premiere Monday at 10 o'clock for Rob ! And all the stuff that he does out there. It will be his '08 Phillies that he likes so much on History Maker Baseball. And they will be taking on the team of his choice, which is the 1977 Kansas City Royals. But Cole Hamels will not be pitching. It will be Jamie Moyer, as Rob asked not to use Cole Hamels. So it'll be Jamie Moyer against Dennis Leonard. And that will be premiered on Monday at 10 o'clock. So that's it from here. I hope you're enjoying this May Madness tournament. Again, the first 2 teams to make the Elite 8, the Moneyball Oakland A's and the 61 Yankees. Interestingly enough, both of them had movies made about them. 61 by Billy Crystal, and then the Moneyball by, with the Moneyball guy. And then now, next game up, Cincinnati, Big Red Machine taking on the Jackie Robinson, Gil Hodges, and Roy Campanella-led Brooklyn Dodgers, Duke Schneider, that whole bunch. Should be a whale of a game between those two. Big Red Machine against the Brooklyn Dodgers. So thank you guys for tuning in. I got some chores to finish up here on a Saturday afternoon. I wanted to try to sneak this game in and try to do it live and hoped it did not poop out on me. It looks like I hung around for almost 40 minutes without it conking out, so that was a good thing. So again, appreciate you guys tuning in, and make sure that whenever someone puts a video out with the sports game on, whether it be by computer or by cards, check them out, give them some love, give them a like. If you haven't subbed to their channel, please sub to their channel, show them some support. especially during all this COVID thing. There's not much sports on TV, so we are our community, I guess if you want to call it, are the sports that's going on right now, be it virtual versus the cards and the computer. That's gonna do it from here. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and until next time, as usual, I will see you all down the road.